Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of RCW. I got some things to go over before we start the show. One is my setup is a little bit different. You guys can't see it, obviously, but um, I switched my room around. I actually got a new bed the other day, and the bed is actually up higher because it's on a box spring. So basically, I have my computer at relatively eye level, so it makes it easier for me to glance over and see your guys' chat while the show's going on. Also, it's just a lot more nicer because of everything that is around. I put some carpet around to kind of absorb the sound because this is a room that is unfortunately very echoey. So I have like two carpets down to where it's not as echoey in here and everything, and so everything's kind of different, but in a good way though. In a good way. I'm actually very happy with how my room is arranged now. It's definitely more spacey in here now. There wasn't as much space in my last setup, and this is just a much better way of using the space in my room. And my room isn't even that big anyway. But hopefully down the road, when I get my own place, I can have like a whole streaming studio or a whole recording studio where I just have, my PC and everything else. And that's one of the things I want to do down the road is build a dedicated streaming PC and recording editing PC, so that I can edit videos a lot better and everything. And that's definitely one of the things I want to do down the road. So anyways, what we got for you guys on the show here today to open up the show, we have Bryan Outlaw, the RCW World Champion, going up against Darby Allin, the RCW Carnage Champion. But we have a huge main event tonight with Amaya Blackwell of the Blackwell family going up against crazy-ass Whitney White in a steel cage match. I believe that's the first time we've ever had a women's steel cage match main event RCW as long as this show has been going. Actually, in a few days, this Friday, the 21st, will be the 2-year anniversary of me streaming this show. I don't know if I'll be able to stream on that day as I have a doctor's appointment I have to attend to, but I will try maybe stream earlier in the morning so that I can still do that for you guys. It probably won't be a traditional RCW show. It may be something, special. It may not fit into like the regular episodic season that we normally do. It may just be something more special than normal. So I'm really excited because, like I've said before on streams, that I wouldn't be in the position that I'm in life-wise if it wasn't for this show and if it wasn't for RCW. It has been an incredible journey doing this show for the past 2 years. And, when you start something, like creatively, you never think it's going to really turn into anything. It might just be something that's quote-unquote fun to do. And then you start doing it, and then it's like, wow, I never imagined that this would turn into anything. It's like all the friends that I made through Avenger Friends and seeing them grow and seeing Slev and Tony and all of them grow their channels, and to watch Slev stream from a laptop to building a full-blown PC, and now I think he's already applied for Twitch Partner again. So, you know, it's been amazing seeing other people succeed and other people achieve their goals, and that's what I think is important about streaming, but it's also important just to have fun. To have fun in what you're doing, and I'd like to thank all of you for making it a really fun experience and actually helping me, I guess, get some direction in my life as to where I want my life to go, whether that's in streaming or outside of it. Because before I was going to do music, and now because of RCW, I had transferred colleges, and I'm going to start my last semester in like 2 weeks' time, and that means that the schedule is going to change a little bit. Not too much, but it is going to change a little bit. But I'm really, really excited to, you know, start this chapter, this other chapter in my life. And I've been in college for almost 3 years, and, you know, I'm excited that this is my last semester, and then I'm going to move on to bigger and better things, life-wise. So, you know, I'll still be streaming and everything, but I want to make it apparent that I want to thank you guys for all you've done for the show and for me life-wise, because if it, like I said, if it wasn't for this, I may have not have figured out that, you know, I could do something with this. Not necessarily streaming-wise, but maybe, you know, I could write for some wrestling promotion, or, you know, be a part of a local wrestling promotion or whatever, because that would have never crossed my mind if I didn't start doing this. So thank you guys so much for that. I appreciate all of you. And let's get right into the show, as we have Bryan Outlaw versus Darby Allin, champion versus champion, RCW World Champion versus RCW Carnage Champion. Let's get it underway. And so you have the RCW World Champion making his way out here. Bryan Outlaw first. Now we are still on the investigation of figuring out who had stolen the RCW men's lottery case from Ricochet, the original winner. We are still on investigation of that. Hopefully we can figure out who stole it by the RCW Freefall pay-per-view. Hopefully we can figure out who stole it, because, you know, one, Ricochet is the rightful winner of that, and two, you know, that plays a big role in title matches. You know, some people believe that it is Bryan Outlaw, that Bryan Outlaw stole it, as we have Darby Allin coming out here. This is the updated version of Darby Allin, the one with the tattoos, and Omega Man X44, another awesome Claw creator. He is really awesome. Definitely check out his stuff on Xbox. He has many different gamer tags that he uploads content under, and I follow him on Twitter. He's really awesome. Definitely follow him at Omega Man X44. He has some help in making the cause, but a lot of these people take a lot of time to make them, and you know, that's why, you know, I feel like it's only right to give him a shout out as well. But yeah, some people believe that it is Bryan Outlaw who stole the RCW men's lottery case, because without a lottery case, he can't challenge for the world title. However, in RCW, what we do is we allow the holder of the men's lottery case either to challenge for the world title or the Carnage title, which is in the hands of Darby Allin. You know, so it doesn't necessarily matter what title they decide to go up after. So maybe Darby Allin stole it. Who knows? So you have Bryan Outlaw, the RCW World Champion, going away here on Darby Allin, but Darby Allin gets him in the corner here. Now an Irish whip into the corner, and Oh, what a splash in the corner there sends the champion down to the middle of the ring. Or one of the champions, I should say. This is, again, a champions versus champion bout. Here to open up the show. As Darby Allin pushes Bryan Outlaw away, and I think that was a running forearm there by Darby Allin, and an Enziguri there, a step-up Enziguri. What's up, Sakite? Good to see you in here, man. I enjoyed doing the watch party with you this morning. It was pretty awesome. So we have a Michinoku driver there from Bryan Outlaw here, the RCW World Champion, and a kick out. Not even a kick out at one. Wasn't even a count of one. It was just a kick out there. Kick out at 0.5 seconds. As Darby Allin gets up after kicking Bryan Outlaw right square in the face. Again, our main event of the evening, or of the afternoon rather, depending on when this thing ends, is Amaya Blackwell of the Blackwell family, as well as Whitney White, crazy ass Whitney White, in a steel cage match. Both ladies making their debut in that match as a super kick to Darby Allin. Bryan Outlaw is rolling right now here on Darby Allin in a clothesline. Maybe a forearm slash clothesline there. Didn't really look much like a clothesline, and a fist drop right to the face of Darby Allin. And Darby Allin is in a world of hurt right now. Thank you for the host, Sakite. I appreciate it. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Enjoy the music from Luna. I definitely got to change that alert there because I got to change it to our new music. But I love having all the custom alerts. So we have an elbow right to the face of Bryan Outlaw, and just dropped him right on his head there. And Darby Allin is fired up right now. Darby Allin has the world champion in the corner. Now Darby Allin going up top. Oh, tackles Bryan Outlaw there. Bryan Outlaw trying for a clothesline, but a springboard cross body, wheelbarrow, and a bulldog there. A wheelbarrow bulldog right on the world champion. Imagine if this was a winner-take-all match, trying to get the super kick, but no. Darby Allin with the Hurricane Rana there. Darby Allin with a huge Hurricane Rana. And a kick out at one there. With Darby Allin refusing to go down, the heart in Darby Allin. We had seen that multiple times, especially in his match against AJ Styles for the RCW Carnage title to retain it. And in the match against Shawn Winters as well, where he won the title. Oh, but Bryan caught him. Bryan caught him in a Samoan drop. What a awesome sequence there from the world champion as Bryan Outlaw looks to put Darby Allin away with a guilty verdict. The Crossroads variation here. Let's get another look at this. A guilty verdict there. Again, a Crossroads variation from his longtime rival, Cody Rhodes. As he looks to put the champion away here, and Darby Allin kicks out at two. I forgot I turned on display referee counts for you guys, so you guys can get a little bit more, I guess, a little bit more insight on what's going on here in the match. There's a fist drop there again to Darby Allin. The heart within this man is uncanny here. Oh, Hurricane Rana, but Darby Allin flips it and turns it around. Darby Allin with a sunset flip powerbomb. The sunset flip powerbomb got the count of two here, looking to put the world champ away, and a kick out at two. And now Darby Allin going up. Darby Allin looking for that elbow drop right to the back, and he lands it. I thought he might have been going for that senton, but maybe not. Darby Allin looking for the senton, and no, got the knees up. A weird animation there for Darby Allin, but got the knees up nonetheless. As now Bryan Outlaw looks to do something dangerous here. Possibly going to take Darby Allin out, and he does. He takes him out with a clothesline to the outside now. Under RCW rules, they have until a count of 20. Pay attention to the count flashing on your screen here. As Darby Allin gets out of dodge. Oh, what a right hand there. Count of 4. Ever since we implemented this new rule here in RCW where countouts are supposed to be at 20, matches have been so much better now. But Bryan Outlaw though, he's looking to finish Darby Allin here with an F5 through the announce table. The F5 through the announce table, a variation of the Red Wedding that he learned from Rosemary all the way back in Season 5. And if you don't know what I'm referring to, it is when Bryan Outlaw got possessed by the demon assassin Rosemary, turned on his family. But now Bryan Outlaw is back to normal, and he has been that way for a while, or as normal as you can be, as a couple of knees right to the face of Darby Allin, and a huge knee again to Darby Allin. And the referee checking on him, making sure he can continue in this lackluster cover, and that causes a rope break there. Rookie mistake there from Bryan, as rope breaks do apply in this matchup. Going for the cover anyway, and a kick out at 2.5. Man, what a match to start off the show, and what a knee strike, and now a super kick followed up by that. Now dragging him right to the middle of the ring now, and a cover here. Count of 2, and Darby Allin kicks out. Uh-oh. But Bryan Outlaw's looking to finish him once and for all, and that's a guilty verdict. Another one. Another guilty verdict, and I believe that busted him wide open. So looks like that face paint, that white face paint, is getting a little bit of touch of red here as he looks to put the Carnage Champion away. Count of 2 and a kick out. The Heart and Darby Allin might be getting him into more trouble than he knows, as Bryan Outlaw looks to finish this with a jailbreak DDT onto Darby Allin. And again, check out this replay of the jailbreak DDT. Nice connection there. Right in the middle of the ring. Nowhere for Darby to go. 1, 2, and Darby Allin kicked out again. Bryan Outlaw is livid, and you can tell by that slap of the hand on the mat. He was unhappy about that. But now that may have just pissed Bryan off. It's a drop kick to Darby Allin. Another drop kick to Darby Allin. And a neck breaker sends the Carnage Champion down. And a super kick again. Further busting open that cut that is on his forehead, as you can see the blood there. Now he's looking to put him out of business here with the jailbreak DDT. 1, 2, 3, and Bryan Outlaw is victorious in this match. Just when it looked like Darby Allin was going to take over, possibly come back, pull something out of his ass and come back, Bryan Outlaw was able to get the victory here. But I am unsure of the state of Darby Allin after this match. He may have been injured in this match after taking so many shots to the head, especially after getting busted open. But we will move on to our next match, and I promise you, we will get a medical update on Darby Allin in the near future. Possibly later tonight even. As we move on to our next match, as we go over to the break screen. As we have Sky Outlaw in this match against the Demon Assassin, Rosemary. See now, Luna Outlaw and Rosemary have had their run-ins with one another after Luna Outlaw finished Rosemary with her own finisher, the Red Wedding, and she did the same to Ember Moon with the Eclipse. And during that match, I believe it was Whitney White who had made her presence known in the corner of Rosemary, possibly to play a little bit of mind games, but we never know. She is crazy-ass Whitney White, as Deft as Violator would say. So, hopefully, everything goes well here in this match. Who knows? Anything can happen here on RCW, and anything has happened. I've seen some pretty crazy things happen here on RCW, and I doubt I'm done seeing them. As we have Sky Outlaw and Rosemary going head-to-head in this match. Here we go. And so we have Sky Outlaw coming out first, and as Sky comes out, I want to ask you guys this question. This kind of just popped in my head here. You know, for those of you who have Amazon Prime, and for those of you that, you know, do a lot of online shopping, do you ever go through Amazon and just randomly see something that you didn't realize that you needed, and then you buy it, and then you're like, best $10 ever spent, or best like $5 I ever spent on this thing? See, I got this recently, not too long ago, I got this like clamp cup holder for my desk that you can put, you know, your drink in. And it's possibly the, like, it's random, I know, but it's like possibly the best like $5 I've ever spent on freaking Amazon, let me tell you. So I can have my drink right next to me here as the stream goes on. As we have Rosemary coming out here. Maybe she likes taking her sweet time here. As Rosemary comes out, the Sin of Pride Rosemary. I know that some of you can relate to that, because literally, like, I used to think that I had a problem with Amazon, like, an addiction to just cycling through Amazon and just seeing the cheapest of stuff that I could buy, and then you buy something, and then you never realize how much you're going to use it, and until you start using it. Like my grandfather, he bought a holder for his phone in his car, like a cup holder phone, or cup holder thing that holds his phone so that he can look at it, answer it, and everything. And he's got a car that's got a truck that's got like Bluetooth in it and everything. But he does it for the GPS, and it really helps him out. Like, And he said he got that for like $5 on Amazon. And he goes, that's the best $5 I've ever spent in my freaking life. So we have Rosemary and Sky Outlaw. And we are going right away here as we have a spinning uppercut there from Sky. To be honest, I never realized Rosemary was that tall. She looks shorter on TV. I think she's almost 6 feet in real life, I'm not sure. But I just noticed that just from this call, but... It's amazing because you see people on TV. Like, when I've gone to wrestling events or when I've gone to concerts, and I remember seeing Theory of a Dead Man, one of my favorite bands of all time. I've seen them maybe about 5 times in concert. And I got a chance to meet them, which was really cool. They're a really, really cool group of guys, and they're all wrestling fans too, so it's even more awesome. And I met them, I think I was like 18 at the time. And Tyler, the lead singer, he asked me like how many years till I turned 21. And then he was like, well, he goes, well, we could take you to Canada and, you know, you could have a couple drinks with us. And I was like, that'd be cool, dude. Like, I would love to. And then Dave, I think he's the guitarist, he yelled at him for like being a bad influence or whatever. And like he's like the coolest dude ever. But I never realized how tall he was until I stood next to him. Like, that man is like ridiculously tall. And I've seen him on TV for so many years, and it's like, he looked a lot shorter on TV. But it's just kind of weird, because when you're like standing next to a person, you don't realize how tall they are until you're standing next to them. There's Rosemary now looking to make a comeback here in this match and just launches Sky off of that German there. Now I'm going to lift up Sky now for that power bomb right onto the back. And now Rosemary. Little creepy side of Rosemary. I mean, what side of Rosemary isn't creepy with all the supernatural powers that she claims to have? With all these 7 different versions of her that happen to make an appearance as we got a count of 1 here and a kick out at 1. Oh, he may have pissed Sky off as she got up in that huge slap to the face and a back suplex there. To Rosemary. I gotta say, I love the storyline they have going on with Rosemary and Impact. And if you guys watch Impact Wrestling, like, a lot of that storyline that's going on with Rosemary, Johnny Bravo, and Taya Valkyrie right now, a lot of that is very similar to the storyline that you guys had seen here in RCW, and I just find that to be really, really cool. To be honest, I deserve credit for that storyline, because I did it first. I think I deserve credit for that one. As Sky lifts up Rosemary for the Sky's the Limit driver into the pin combination here. 1, 2, and Rosemary with the kick out at 2. Rosemary with the kick out at 2. And Rosemary, the Demon Assassin, still in it. There's an arm drag reversal there. Now Rosemary looking to take Sky where she's never been before, and that's against the ropes there. And a big boot right to the face. Missed it the first time, though. Rosemary doing a little bit of taunting, and now a big boot right in the corner. Tried for a spear, tried for a running spear. But Sky need her right in the face and a drop kick, but no, Rosemary got out of the way. Reversal again. And a chick kick right to the face of Rosemary. A chick kick right to the face of Rosemary. And now Rosemary is in huge trouble as Sky runs in with a super kick to Rosemary. The super kick right to the face of Rosemary. And the Demon Assassin in huge trouble here as Sky ascends to the top. And Sky with the Skyfall on Rosemary. The Sky has fallen, unlike Chicken Little there, and a Sky Outlaw wins this match. As Chicken Little would say, the sky is falling, and it definitely has, as Sky Outlaw wins this match very quickly. As we move on to our next match, in very quick fashion here, folks, as we go over to the break screen. As we have Bryce Blackwell versus Aleister Black. Now, Bryce Blackwell had a very successful debut against AJ Styles. It took 3 kicks to the mouth. But Bryce Blackwell was able to defeat AJ Styles, a former RCW Carnage champion, and that definitely is huge for him. In his early time here on RCW, that's huge for him in the sense that he may find himself in a title opportunity in the near future. Possibly quicker than I, myself, have even anticipated. But hopefully the executive advisor, hopefully he advised him for this match, as Aleister Black, very quick on his feet, very quick striking ability. And that could spell bad for Bryce Blackwell, but if he can find a way to slow down Aleister Black, he might just be able to get him up for another kick to the mouth in that 1, 2, 3. Let's figure out what happens here. As we have Bryce Blackwell taking on Aleister Black. There he is, Bryce Blackwell. Now, Bryce Blackwell came to the aid of Young Sin, which is very odd. Very, very odd. Maybe he wanted to, get into his head. I have no idea. Maybe the executive advisor told him to, play a little bit of mind games with Young Sin. Play a little bit of mind games with the Outlaws, as the Young Sin aligned himself with the Outlaws. So maybe that was some type of mind games thing. But what was really weird was after the win, Bryce and Young Sin acted like they were friends, which is completely out of character for Bryce Blackwell. Maybe he broke kayfabe. I don't know. Maybe he decided to break kayfabe for whatever reason. Everybody likes to say kayfabe is dead, so maybe he decided to just add to that by breaking kayfabe live on the air. I don't know. But nonetheless, there is Bryce Blackwell as he gets ready for his match against this man. Aleister Black. Now if AJ Styles wasn't a tough test, this one is. Bryce Blackwell has to have his head on a swivel here. He's got to have quick movement. He's got to be as quick as Aleister Black. Otherwise, he is going to get completely demolished here in this match. And this is not me being biased here against Bryce at all. I have no ill towards Bryce Blackwell as the commentator, as the announcer here on RCW. I have no ill towards him. I am just saying that Aleister Black is one of the quickest strikers in the wrestling industry today. And if Bryce Blackwell cannot find some way to slow him down, you might have one black mass and it's nighty-night it might not be his kick to the mouth that he needs to worry about. It may be Aleister Black's black mass. But we'll have to see what happens here as Aleister Black has got his game face on. He is ready, as Bryce Blackwell is also ready as well. As we have Bryce Blackwell and Aleister Black. Here we go. And Bryce Blackwell with a clothesline to start this one off here. Bryce Blackwell, very, very quick. Like I mentioned, he must... I don't know if he can hear me in the announce booth, but he must be listening to me. Here, as I said, he must be really quick here against Aleister Black, and he's firing on all cylinders here. Aleister Black can't seem to find an answer, and just as I say that, Aleister Black turns it around. Now Aleister Black with the Irish whip to Bryce. Right in the corner, and a forearm there to Bryce Blackwell. But what's this? What's going on? It's Young Sin! Young Sin, Aleister, turn around! Young Sin with the sinister switch on Aleister Black. Helping out Bryce Blackwell. Returning the favor. 1, 2, and Aleister Black with the kick out. Talk about mind games. As Bryce Blackwell just got a huge helping hand from Young Sin. Not that Bryce would ever ask for it, but nonetheless it happened. But Aleister smashing the face of Bryce Blackwell into that top turnbuckle there. Aleister not going to play around here. He's got to keep it going as we got to count a 1 here and a kick out. This is absolutely insane. The mind games that are being played here between both the Blackwell family, specifically Bryce, and Young Sin, and the Outlaws combined, like, I would imagine the Outlaws would have every reason to screw over Bryce Blackwell, as they've had past in the EWL, in the Epic Wrestling League. You know, so they have every... I mean, Young Sin too as well, but... I mean, mostly the Blackwells and the Outlaws, because the Blackwells and the Outlaws both want the same thing, and that is to be the most dominant family in EFED wrestling. Whether that is in the Epic Wrestling League or here in RCW. You know, I always say there can only be one family that's dominant, and the Blackwells want to be that family. And the Outlaws want to be that family too. So it's a competition of dominance here. As, Bryce may be in huge trouble here as Aleister Black. Aleister Black with a bicycle pop-up knee strike to Bryce Blackwell. 1, 2. Looking to get rid of Bryce, and a kick out at 2.5. Bryce Blackwell able to kick out at 2.5 by the skin of his teeth there. Oh, and that spin around bicycle knee strike again. Oh no. I said it could happen, and it may happen with a black mass. A black mass on Bryce. 1, 2, 3, and Aleister Black, just like that, able to get the victory. And Young Sin must have gotten in the head of freaking Bryce Blackwell. Jesus, I can't talk today. Young Sin must have gotten in the head of Bryce Blackwell there, because since then it didn't look right for Bryce. as Aleister Black took care of Bryce Blackwell. But I'm pretty sure Bryce is going to come back with a vengeance, as the Blackwells, they don't stay down and they never die. But let's go on to our next match, folks. As we have a tag team match, as we have Young Sin and Jason Outlaw going up against Chris Danger and a partner of his choosing. Who is going to be Chris Danger's partner in this match? As Chris Danger, he had turned his back on the Outlaws a while ago here on RCW, and he has had his own issues with them. But Young Sin will be teaming up with Jason Outlaw to take on Chris Danger and a partner of his choosing. I wonder who it's gonna be. I'm really excited. We may have 3 debuts tonight. Who knows? It could be somebody we haven't seen yet. Chris Danger has teamed up with the Rogue family in the past. The Rogue family has since been released of their RCW contracts. But now, this could be a new chapter in Young Sin's young career. Now, Young Sin now has a target on his back, because he screwed over Bryce Blackwell just a few moments ago in that match against Aleister Black. So now he's asking for something to happen. Well, let's find out what happens here as we have this tag team match with Young Sin, Jason Outlaw, and Chris Danger, and a partner of his choosing. Here we go. He's got demons, and we all got them, and we all deal with them in many different ways, as we have Young Sin coming out here first. Oh, but what? It's Chris Danger and Bryce Blackwell! Or no, Big Nasty! Big Nasty, now it's Jason Outlaw coming out! This match has just gotten all crazy now! It is Big Nasty! I don't think I've ever seen this cutscene. I'm sorry, I've never seen this frickin' cutscene in this damn game. I have never seen that before. Man, that's wild! Big Nasty! Bubba Blackwell and frickin' Chris Danger are just taking it to Young Sin and Jason Outlaw right now. The match hasn't even officially started. And now Young Sin tossing Chris Danger on the rampway. Is Big Nasty. Big Nasty gets taken down by Young Sin. And all of these guys need to get in the ring now. They need to get in the ring. This match needs to get underway. And Big Nasty. My God. What an episode. And now we are underway as Young Sin and Big Nasty are going to start it off. Now Big Nasty taking Young Sin. He's gonna take Young Sin and smash his face into that top turnbuckle, but Young Sin turns the tables, and there goes Big Nasty. Now, if I were Young Sin and Jason Outlaw, I would want to take the big man down. Take Big Nasty out of the equation here. Then it's just you and Chris Danger. Oh, and now Young Sin taking Big Nasty down with that monstrous bulldog. What a debut. What an insane turn of events to start off this match here. As Jason gets tagged in and a knee right to the face of Big Nasty. Oh, but Big Nasty. Big Nasty, though, with an Irish whip to the corner of his partner, Chris Danger. I think Big Nasty don't even need freaking Chris Danger, but they're going to tag in anyway. And oh my, what a double shoulder tackle. And Big Nasty's got to get out. Big Nasty's got to get out here. Oh, and now Jason with an Insaguri, but Chris gets out of the way. Oh, what a kick! And a kick right to the side of the head, too, as well. And an overhand there. Oh, and a kick right to the back of the neck of Chris Danger there. Chris Danger has had concussion issues in the past. As Young Sin gets tagged. And an elbow drop there. I definitely got to edit some of their tag team moves, but nonetheless, great tag team work here from Young Sin and Jason. But Chris Danger now. Chris Danger possibly looking to tag back in Big Nasty. Oh, but Big Nasty with a right hand. Big Nasty with a right hand. That didn't seem to phase Young Sin, though. Young Sin looking for the heads in beds. Heads in beds. And that busted. Chris Danger wide open. And only a count of 2 as Jason looked to take care of Big Nasty. I wouldn't want to take care of Big Nasty. I mean, look at that man. That man, well, no pun intended. He's big and he nasty. Big Nasty Bubba Blackwell. I wouldn't want to be in that situation there. Maybe that's not too wise for Jason there to go after him. Oh, but a couple of right hands there. It's Chris Danger. Could be in huge trouble here. Chris Danger. Oh, got the sinister switch. The sinister switch on Chris Danger. 1, 2, and Big Nasty broke it up. Big Nasty broke it up. And now Jason is on the outside. Big Nasty got taken down. Oh, what a right hand there. Right hand. Right hand to Chris Danger. And oh, drops him right on his head. 1, 2. Oh, you got a stream deck, Sakite? Which one did you end up going with? The 15 key one or the 32 one? You don't really need 32 keys, by the way. I have the XL one, the biggest one, and I don't even use half of it, but as Big Nasty makes the tag, and Big Nasty just got dropped by Young Sin. My God! Oh, and now Chris Danger got dropped by Jason. Now it's just Big Nasty. Oh my God, Big Nasty. Big Nasty lifting up Young Sin with a stalling suplex. Uh-oh, Big Nasty. Big Nasty, oh my, what a power bomb. My God, Big Nasty. He's saying, come on. Look at that nasty back hair. That nasty back hair and all that oil. Man, somebody needs to give this guy some personal hygiene lessons. But Young Sin is coming back with a kick to the face. Oh, the 15 key one? Yeah, that should definitely be enough for you. And Jason, for some reason, Jason doesn't want to make the tag. He thinks that Young Sin has it all up on his own here. Heads and beds on Big Nasty. This would be very interesting here. Oh, but Big Nasty though. Big Nasty coming back. Oh my, what an uppercut. That left Young Sin dazed. Big Nasty, he's firing it up with a nasty splash onto Young Sin. The nasty splash. And he's going to follow it up and just toss him like a rag doll. Now Big Nasty got dropped again. Big Nasty got to make the tag, and he does. He makes the tag to Chris Danger. And Chris Danger comes in with a running knee. But Young Sin simply no-sells it and drops Chris Danger. Lifts him up out of the corner. Deftest Violator, thank you for the host, man. And the sinister switch on Chris Danger. The sinister switch, but a rope break. A rope break saved Chris Danger. Young Sin got a little too overzealous there. As he tags in Jason, this is exactly what they want. Big Nasty is on the ground right now. At work came in to host you. I appreciate the consideration, my friend. Is Chris Danger looking for a taste of danger here? But Jason now. Jason getting pushed away. Oh, but a super kick, but missed. Maybe the blood in his eyes. Could have been the blood. But now Big Nasty gets tagged in. Big Nasty just got dropped again. But this time, by Jason, there's no way a man of that size should be lifted up by a man that's possibly 200 or some pounds less than Big Nasty. Oh my God. Big Nasty. Oh my God, he's looking to take down Big Nasty. Big Nasty got taken out with the VR knee strike. Two, and Big Nasty with the kick out. Oh, Chris Danger though. Chris Danger fired back with a right hand. But Big Nasty is still on the ground. Now tagging in Young Sin. This is great tag team work here. I am very surprised what I'm seeing from Young Sin and Jason Outlaw with Big Nasty in this match. They have been able to keep Big Nasty grounded. And Young Sin is pumped up and ready to go. And again, he's going to go after that back. Possibly injure the back of Big Nasty. This is exactly what they want here. Big Nasty's not going to be able to manhandle Young Sin and Jason if he doesn't have a back to do it with. He's got to keep going after the back. Oh, but an uppercut from Big Nasty. Big Nasty didn't like that. Big Nasty again with that uppercut. Oh, Big Nasty. Oh, no, 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 no. There's no way a big man like this is supposed to fly. But Big Nasty. Big Nasty. My God, Big Nasty with the coast to coast. Big Nasty just defied all sides of physics there. A big man is not supposed to do that. 1, 2, and Young Sin kicked out at 2.5. Young Sin is still in it. My God. What is this? We haven't even gotten to the main event, and this might as well be the main event, because look at this. This is insane. Big Nasty is the only one that hasn't shed any blood yet. Oh, but now Big Nasty. Maybe I spoke too soon as a sinister switch. The sinister switch on Big Nasty. One, 2, 3, and oh, Young Sin and Jason able to get what I call quite the upset against Big Nasty and Chris Danger. As Chris Danger came in just a little bit too late. But Young Sin and Jason Outlaw, what a match, guys. And no fault to Big Nasty. Big Nasty pulled out all the stops, and I'm pretty sure that's not the last time we've seen Mr. Big Nasty. What a match, folks. And even though, Sakate, your client didn't come out with a victory, you got to give Big Nasty so much credit here in this match. He literally defied all physics, did the coast to coast. Something that a big man should not be able to do. But he did it anyway. Let's move on to our next match, folks. As we have our main event of the evening. Or of the afternoon, rather. Whitney White, crazy ass Whitney White going up against Amaya Blackwell in a steel cage. Now, I know I talked about this the other night with Sakite. And well, he had told me that it can't be good for Whitney White to be locked up in a cage with Amaya Blackwell, but I honestly think it's the other way around. This woman is bonkers. This woman is I don't even know. Okay? But Whitney White and Amaya Blackwell will duke it out in the steel cage. Here we go. Main event time. Amaya Blackwell, Whitney White, both debuting. It's a steel cage main event. Women's steel cage main event, that is. Here we go. We have Whitney White NWO Wrestling by Deftest Violator, his client Whitney White, making her debut here in RCW. Crazy ass Whitney White. Deftest, wait until you hear the theme that I picked out for Whitney White in the edited version of this. It fits her perfectly. Socrates heard it. I still gotta find a theme for Amaya Blackwell too as well. Still gotta find one. There's Whitney White. There she is. Crazy ass Whitney White. Is that you can see the cage there as Amaya Blackwell comes out here. Brushing it all off, looking good with a rose gold jacket. With the EWL logo repping her EFED. As you can see by the EWL logo there in the ring, all of our EFEDs, all of the RCW affiliates, all of those major affiliates in the ring. As the cage comes down, it is Amaya Blackwell and Whitney White. The only way to win here is to escape the cage. With both feet hitting the floor, either through the door or climbing. As Whitney White starting off to a good start here. On Amaya Blackwell. But Amaya now turn the tables on Whitney. And a kick right to the face. It's got to ruin some of the makeup. As Amaya Blackwell looking to end this one early. But Amaya jumps off of the cage, realizing that Whitney's going to get up. And that may have been a mistake as she gets thrown down. And a big boot to the face of Whitney White. Now Amaya looked to kick her right back in the face, but a clothesline there from Whitney. Throwing her into the ropes, looking for the belly-to-belly suplex, but oh, Amaya just drops her. Now looking for this big arm breaker here, possibly trying to loosen up the arm for some type of submission later on. Wearing down the arm. Now figure four here. Oh, and an uppercut there. To Amaya. Oh, and another shot. And Amaya is just getting destroyed here. By Whitney White. Like I said, it's never good to be locked up in a cage with someone as crazy as Whitney White. Uh-oh. What's Amaya doing here? Amaya forcing the face of Whitney White into the canvas. Oh, she's looking to finish her. She's looking to finish her with a chick kick. The chick kick. One. No. Now that I think about it, I probably should have turned off pin and submission. But, whatever. It's still a steel cage match nonetheless. As Amaya Blackwell is calling for the door. But no, she decides against it. And Amaya looking to escape the cage. Well, Whitney's not going to let her do it. And she throws her down. Oh, and a headbutt right to the face. Oh, the mandible claw! The mandible claw right out of nowhere on Amaya. And lets it go real quick, realizing that Amaya could easily break out of that submission hold. Oh! The twisted Whitney! The twisted Whitney! And Amaya kicked out! And that may have fired Whitney up here. And she's looking to take down Amaya for good. Mandible claw move there. And again, Amaya trying to escape from it. But this may be the end of Amaya here. It's a twisted Whitney. Oh, but Whitney's trying to escape the cage. She's trying to escape the cage here, but gets thrown down. She gets thrown down into a chick kick. Into a chick kick. 1, 2, 3, and Amaya Blackwell beats Whitney White. She beat her in this steel cage. It was supposed to be just escaping the cage. Possibly an officiating error there. But nonetheless, Amaya Blackwell stunned us all. By beating Whitney White in this steel cage. Wow. I'll definitely have to have a talk with the officials here. Because there could have been a possible officiating error, as I mentioned. It should have been It should have been a no pin or a submission match here, but nonetheless, it is a match. Wait a second. Yeah. Wait. You mean to tell me there was an officiating error? This should not have been a pin or submission. It should have been escape the cage. What do you... Wait, but I thought the referee's decision was final. What are you saying? Are you saying that I have to... No, I can't do that. Well, do you want me to? Oh, okay. I'll tell them all. I'll tell them. Alright, guys. Well, apparently, I just got a call from... Even though that I'm the guy that makes most of the decisions, I just got a call from the back that tells me that this match, due to the officiating error, is not going to count with under Amaya. So, to fix that, what we will do is we will go over to the break screen and we will do a cage match in the way that it was supposed to be done. No submissions. No pinfalls. I'm sorry. I got the call, Sakite. What up, Youngson? I got the call, Sakite. So I have to do it. They're telling me to do it. Even though that I'm the boss, there's a lot of people telling me to do it in the back, so... we're going to do it, guys. We're going to do it. We're going to go over to the break screen, and we're going to do this. We got to do it. In all my time of doing this here on RCW, I've never had to do this. But we have to now. We must obey. We must obey what they tell me to do. We're doing it, guys. We're doing it. Let me just get it all set up for y'all. We are going to do this. It is going to be Whitney White and Amaya Blackwell again in that steel cage match. Due to an officiating error that we had experienced just moments ago. I just got a call saying that we must do this again. You're just mad, Sakite, because Amaya now has to fight. Again. It's not my fault the official messed it up. Alright, guys, we're getting ready to go. We're almost there. As here we go, we got it. Whitney White and Amaya Blackwell again in a steel cage. Yeah, I know she won already. Don't think I don't know. I've had to restart matches before here in RCW due to controversy, so don't yell at me. Here we go, folks. Whitney White and Amaya Blackwell in this restart due to an officiating error. Hopefully they get it right this time. Here we go. I'm going to skip right to the match here, folks. Here we go again. Whitney White and Amaya Blackwell as Amaya tried for some type of drop kick there. Totally missed. Hopefully the officiating error is all cleaned up this time. Where the only way to win is to escape the cage. I said that before, but the referee was counting pins and submissions. The official was messing up here. As Amaya got launched into that steel cage. But Amaya now, no, pins are not going to work here. They did last time due to an officiating error, but this time they're not going to work. It's got to be escaping the cage as Amaya Blackwell. Amaya trying with a drop kick there after that Irish whip into the ropes and a right hand from Whitney White. Think of this as a redemption for Whitney White after losing the first round, but it might as well not count because of that officiating error. That was an error there. So think of it as if that match never happened. Now I know maybe Amaya may be pissed off about that, but But think about this. She has a chance to win this match the right way. Again, this is no disqualifications either under a steel cage rules. As Amaya Blackwell tries to climb the cage. But what's happening here? Something's going on. Please don't tell me the game just froze, please. Come on. Don't do this. I've never had this happen. I've never had this happen. Look at this. It's freaking frozen. Or it appears it looks to be. Are we getting another error here? Because right now Amaya ain't moving. Amaya ain't moving. Alright. Alright, gotta deal with a couple game glitches here. But, you know. As Whitney White is just tossing Amaya right wherever she wants. But Amaya Blackwell trying to come back here against Whitney White after the slow start. Gotta love them game glitches. I've never seen that happen before in 2K19, but nonetheless, as a monkey flip. As Amaya trying to escape the cage again. Gets thrown down by Whitney White into a headbutt there. But Amaya with the resilience, with the reversal there to Whitney White, and oh. Now Amaya Blackwell taking advantage here, and a monkey flip again. I don't know how much damage that is doing to Whitney White, but nonetheless, maybe she craves the pain. Maybe pain actually helps her win matches. It's Amaya again. Trying to ascend the cage. Whitney White is right there. There's a kick to the face. As Amaya decides against climbing up the cage. Oh, and a right hand right to the side of the face. A right hand. And Whitney White just taking out Amaya Blackwell. This match right now has been restarted as a total of 2 times. One because of an officiating error and one because of a stupid game error. I have no idea what happened there, but nonetheless it worked as the twisted neck breaker from Whitney. And the twisted Whitney right off the bat. Just like that, and Amaya is down. Amaya is down as Whitney White tries to ascend. She tries to ascend. She's up top. Now all she's got to do is come back down. But Amaya's not going to let her do that. Amaya's not going to let her do it, but Whitney kicks her. Whitney kicks her, though. And now Whitney has a straight shot down to the cage, but Amaya's getting up again. Amaya's starting to stir again as Whitney is still atop the cage. Whitney's almost there, and Amaya, again, somehow gets Whitney to come back in. Reversal there from Whitney as both ladies fighting on the side of the cage here. Both ladies fighting for position on the cage. Oh, and Amaya got... But what's going on here? Don't tell me the game froze again. Don't tell me it did it again. Don't tell me that's what it did again. Okay, Whitney's still moving. All right, we're getting somewhere. Whitney's still moving. We're good. We're good. Don't tell me it's messed up again. Don't tell me this game messed up again. Please don't. This is supposed to happen in 2K20, not in 2K19, man. Come on. A stalemate? Referee may have to check on Whitney here. She's been down for a long time. But what the hell is happening with this game? What the hell? I can't even. Look at this. What is happening? What is happening with this game today? Are we ever going to find out a winner of this match? Maybe, maybe not. You know what? Here. I have no idea what's going on with this freaking game. The game just does not want to do anything. The game just jack doesn't want to do. We will get this match, folks. We will do it. I'm just trying to figure out why it's being like this. I've never had this happen before. Not in this game anyway. In 2K20, I've had a lot of crazy shit happen. Let's see if we can do it in exhibition style. There was a winner, but an officiating error, man. All right. All right, here we go. Third time's the charm. Let's do it. Sometimes you gotta run. Sometimes you gotta go do things. Through exhibition sometimes. Alright, guys. I promise you, you guys are gonna get this match. I always find workarounds. Here we go. Let's get this match. We gotta have a definitive winner. Whether it's through exhibition or through universe, I don't care. We gotta have a winner either way. There's Amaya with the reversal there. Let's hope and pray that we don't have any game-breaking issues. And so we have Amaya trying to climb the cage. What do they say? Third time's the charm? Hopefully it is. As Whitney White drags her back in. Oh, a slight miss there with that right hand, and able to connect with the second one. Now an Irish whip into the corner sends Amaya Blackwell crashing down there, and a kick to the back of Whitney White. Now Amaya looking to take control now with a monkey flip in the corner. And a drop kick again to the back of Whitney, and Whitney gets right back up after that with an elbow. Tried for a right hand, but no. Amaya Blackwell is getting tired of all these restarts. She wants to be the definitive winner. And an STO there, some type of STO from Whitney. And looking for that twisting neck breaker there on Amaya. Now just hammering away. As Whitney White looks to finish Amaya Blackwell with a twisted Whitney. The twisted Whitney. Check out this replay. Boom! Sends Amaya Blackwell face first into the canvas right on that NWO logo. Talk about what a more fitting way for Whitney to win this match. But she's gotta escape the cage first. As Amaya begins to stir, Whitney's gotta escape the cage first. Whitney's gotta escape the cage, but she's not looking to do that though. She's looking to dive, and she dived while Amaya was on the cage. But Whitney got right back up after that error from Whitney there, trying to dive off of the cage, and Amaya and Whitney are back down in the ring. And another headbutt. This is absolutely brutal right now. As Whitney runs in and just splashes Amaya right into the corner. But Amaya now trying to work on Whitney now with that leg drop. I don't know if that's going to keep Whitney down, and that's not, as Whitney is trying to get up here as Amaya looking to ascend the cage again. Amaya kicks her right in the face. And gets right back down. She's got to. The only way to beat your opponent here is if they get down, is trying for a twisted neck breaker, but no. And now she's got Whitney right where she wants her. For the chick kick. The chick kick. And she's still working away. I don't know why she didn't decide to just go for the... leave her there and go for the cage. But Amaya is literally had this match won with a chick kick. She could have just started climbing the cage. But she's not going to. That allows Whitney to get up. And Amaya's right there to take her back down. Another right hand. Another right hand. Oh, a kick right to the face. Another kick. A kick to the midsection. What a back and forth matchup we're getting here. Oh! A kick right to the back, but Amaya tired herself out. Oh, and the mist! The mist! Right into the eyes of Amaya Blackwell. Right into the eyes. And now Whitney's got a clear shot. Whitney's got a clear shot to win this. As Whitney is trying to climb down as Amaya Blackwell tries to get up to the cage. And Whitney is already on the other side. As she gets to the floor. And Whitney White celebrates the victory as Whitney White, finally, we have a definitive winner, folks. Some might say we already had one when Amaya won the initial match, but due to an officiating error, we had to restart it, and a couple of game errors that we had, and Whitney White is victorious here. Finally, we have a winner, folks. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me for another episode of RCW. I apologize for the game errors that we had in these past like 2 or 3 matches. 2 or 3 times we tried to do this. I've never seen that game error where it just freezes during a match like that. It's weird. I've never seen that happen before, but I apologize for that. But nonetheless, we have a winner. Whitney White. Whitney White able to get the victory here. But why don't we do a little bit of recapping here as we go over to the break screen real quick. We'll do a little bit of recapping. So we had Bryce Blackwell unfortunately come up short against Aleister Black. We had Bryan Outlaw defeat Darby Allin, the RCW Carnage champion, in a champion versus champion bout. We had Sky Outlaw defeat Rosemary in very quick fashion. And then we had Jason Outlaw and Young Sin defeat Chris Danger in the debuting Big Nasty Bubba Blackwell in an RCW tag match. So we had that. And then, after multiple restarts, we had Whitney White. This woman right here, Whitney White, beat Amaya Blackwell in that steel cage match. Congratulations to Whitney White. After many officiating errors, we'll have to definitely talk to RCW officials about that. But nonetheless, Whitney White is victorious here, and thank you guys so much for joining me on another episode of RCW. It has been fun doing this show for you guys. Like I said, this Friday marks the 2-year anniversary of us doing the show. I thought it was the 31st, but then I checked the date and it was the 21st. I may be able to stream early in the morning that day, earlier than usual. norm earlier than usual. So hopefully within that we'll be able to, get what we want out of it and everything. And I really want to do a stream that day, even though that I have a doctor's appointment. Thank you for the follow, Kirby. Thank you for the follow. I tried to read your name there. It took me a little bit. But thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Again, like I said, this Friday we will possibly have a stream. I'm gonna try and do it early in the morning. Right now it is 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I normally start at around 12:30, sometimes 1 or 2, between the hours of 12 and 2. With that being said, my schedule is also going to change a little bit. I normally stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, but I've noticed that more frequently I've been streaming on Mondays. And that's going to be kind of the thing, because Monday, Wednesday, Friday is going to be the best ways of me streaming as soon as school starts back up on the 31st of August. So within 2 weeks. Keep an eye out for that schedule to change. But nonetheless, it's pretty much going to be the same content, RCW content, wrestling content, other things like that. That's going to be the norm. Real quick, I'm just going to throw out a couple of commands at your way. See if this is working here. Oh, it's not right now, and I don't know why it's not. But we're going to fix that real quick. I'm going to fix it. Don't worry about it. Sometimes you got to regenerate the token again so that it fixes it for itself. I've been having a lot of issues today. I don't know what's going on. But that's been quite frequently where we've had quite a few issues. But nonetheless, I've tried to work around them. Whoops, I did the wrong one. I did the wrong one here. I apologize. I'm just going to get the commands for you guys for the socials and for everything. I have my Discords down in the About Me, but it's just I feel like it's a lot easier to just have the stuff for you guys this way. I don't want to do that.
6, 3.
I don't want to do that. Why do I have to do that? I hate these like things where they have to like where they make you prove that you're not like a robot, so they make you do all these like freaking things where you got to like guess the pictures and shit. Like that's kind of what I'm doing right now. And it's dumb. And I don't like it. Okay, so now it's, for some reason, it's sending me okay, I got a code now. Alright. Okay, here we go. I actually have what I'm supposed to have now. So hopefully with these logins here, we won't have any issues going forward. sometimes Streamlabs does not want to work the way it should. So, I apologize. Okay, we should have it now. There we go. The bot should be in there now. So definitely check these out. There is my website where you can gain access to all the episodes of RCW, as well as website exclusive series such as Sky's the Limit, which I'm working on. It goes through the backstory of Sky Outlaw, one of the Outlaw characters that you saw on RCW today. It also, I'm doing a backstory on Luna Outlaw, Behind the Mask. That is in the works as well. There's also an email on that website, which real quick, I'll send you the command there. There's the email there. You can copy and paste that in there if you so choose. That is the email where you can email me and my buddy Sakate. He is one of the co-hosts of my podcast, the Angle Podcast, which you can follow that Twitter right there. It's a podcast on wrestling. We're kind of putting it on the back burner. We'll be bringing it back sooner than later. But nonetheless, it's definitely worth checking out. You can check out my YouTube channel for all my other wrestling content. The RCW episodes go on there a day after they air. It usually takes me a while to edit these streams and to make sure that they get put in properly and everything with all the music and all that. But that's where they go. They also go on the website. So technically you have 3 places you can watch the RCW episodes, either in the VODs, on YouTube, or on the website. But on the website you will also find custom roster pages with all of our cause, with all your created superstars. So if you yourself, you want to be a part of this universe, rather than just watching it, well, you guys, I love it when people come in here and they want to be a part of the universe and they want their superstar here, and it's always refreshing. It's awesome. It's cool. Because I know a lot of people who like having that interaction, and I love having that interaction with you guys, and love having you guys be a part of it, like physically as well, with having your superstars in here, as well as being in here and chat as well, and I love it. It's awesome. So if you want your superstar in here, please don't hesitate to contact me on Discord or in that email there, and send me the hashtags or send me the tags so that I can search for them. The only thing I ask is that they're not like 100 overall. The max usually I go is for 98. I think that's what Ariel is. I think she is a 98 overall. Try to make your wrestlers as realistic as possible. Like, don't constantly make them have finishing maneuvers as regular maneuvers. Don't have the Stone Cold Stunner for like just a regular move, or then have, I don't know, the Sister Abigail as a regular move. You know what I mean? Like, don't make it like too, unrealistic. And I try to make my wrestlers, and I try to make the wrestling content as realistic to its WWE counterpart. And we really have really cool storylines. And the other thing that I ask is, when you have your wrestler here, is to be mindful, in the sense that that there are a lot of wrestlers that are a part of this universe. Some of them are wrestlers from those EFEDs from the BCW, which is Young Sin's EFED. NWO Wrestling, which is Deftest Violators EFED. AFK, which is Natalia's EFED. EWL, which is Sakate's EFED. Like, there are 4 of us that have started this whole like wrestling community, and we have a lot of wrestlers and a lot of people that come in here, that come into our streams, both mine, Sakute's, and everybody else's, that want to be a part of this universe. So when I ask that you be mindful, just because your superstar is not in a major storyline right away, doesn't mean that they won't be ever. I love to take the time to create storylines, to let stuff build. And, you know, like, I have a storyline going on right now with Young Sin and the Blackwell family and everything else. So that's gonna take up a major part of the show. So your guy may be in a match, but he may not be a part of a storyline. Like, your guy may have a debut, and I may not know what to do with him. You know, and that doesn't mean that, you know, I'm basically scrapping them and not going to do anything with them. That just means that I'm in the process of writing storylines, because I want your guys' wrestlers to be a part of something cool. Like, I don't want your wrestler to just be some jobber or whatever, or enhancement talent or whatever. You know, I don't want that. I'd rather have, you know, all the wrestlers that we have here, especially yours, to be part of something cool. And the most depressing thing, I think, is when, you know, somebody gets, you know, mad that their wrestler isn't a part of something, or somebody gets so mad that they end up leaving, not showing up, and then their wrestler being a part of a major storyline and they don't even see it. Because, like, once I write those storylines, they're pretty much set in stone. You know, sometimes I'll change them here and there, but they're pretty much set in stone. So I want to make sure that, you know, something cool and that you guys are a part of this universe. And I thought I'd just throw that out there for anybody that wants to be a part of this universe. And I'm happy to be doing this show for you guys. And like I said, this Friday, it's the 2-year anniversary doing this show. And like I said at the beginning of the stream, it's been real fun doing all this for you guys. And, you know, I don't see it as just a casual thing that I do every other day or whatever. I kind of see it as, this is my life. This is what I was meant to do. I was meant to make storylines. I was meant to do this, do it in this creative way. And, you know, I do so much more on the video editing and the YouTube side of things, which is why I highly recommend you watch a lot of my YouTube videos, because that is where, you know, I edit a lot of things behind the scenes and I can make stuff a lot cooler. But like I said, thank you guys so much for joining me. And we're getting close to the RCW Freefall pay-per-view, which is going to be awesome, which means all titles are going to be on the line. And we're going to have some awesome storylines planned out for you guys. Hopefully we can find out who stole Ricochet's lottery case by then. And we'll figure out who stole it, and repercussions will be given. So we're just getting started here. We are just getting started. So hopefully you guys will enjoy all this, and in case you missed any of this stream, definitely check it out on the VODs, as well as the YouTube channel the day after it airs. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for everything, and you know, all the support over the 2 years of doing this show. Like, I never thought this was going to get past season 1 or season 2 even, but as I kept doing it, it kept going. It kept being something that I wanted to keep doing, and I'm so grateful to meet guys like Young Sin, Sakate, and Deftest Violator, who all have this, like, this niche, I guess, for making their own shows in their own different way. And I love it because it's different. We all do our shows in a different way, and we can kind of bounce off ideas off of each other and things like that. And I think it's just really cool because you don't always find that.
And I think it's really cool how, you know, streaming can bring people together, and that's what this is all about, is bringing people together and having something fun for people to do. So thank you guys so much, and I will catch you guys on the next stream. I'll see you soon.